The Sadhu and the Mouse. How Greed Makes Us Bold. A tale of insight from the Panchatantra. Welcome to Tales of Wisdom, where timeless stories from ancient Indian scriptures speak to the modern world. Today's tale comes from the Panchatantra, a story of cleverness, greed, and a surprising insight into human behavior, all through the quiet struggle between a holy man and a tiny mouse. In the southern city of Mahilarupyam, nestled near its outskirts, stood an old temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. A humble sadhu named Tamrachuda took care of this temple. He spent his days in quiet devotion, surviving on alms collected from the nearby city. Each evening, after his simple meal, he would set aside the leftovers in a begging bag and hand it on a high peg before going to sleep. In the morning, he offered his food to the temple workers, their payment for cleaning and maintaining the sacred space. Now, here's where I enter the story, Sartapal's Hiranyaka, recounting the events later. One day, the other mice in the temple said to me, Hiranyaka, the sadhu hangs his food high on a peg to stop us from reaching it. But you're different. You're quick, agile, and clever. With your help, we can feast every night. Why should we hunt for crumbs elsewhere? Flattered and tempted, I agreed. That night, we crept into the sadhu's house. I leapt with ease and reached the begging bag. With a few nudges, I threw food down to my friends below and ate my share. Satisfied, we retreated to our burrows, and night after night, this became our routine. When the sadhu noticed theft, he raised the bag even higher, but it made no difference. I still managed to reach it. And desperate, he began sleeping lightly, waking up to strike the bag with a bamboo stick at any sound. And so the night turned into a quiet battle. I'd leap, he'd strike, I'd run, and then return again. One day, a fellow sage and old friend, Brihatpinga, arrived at the temple during his pilgrimage. Tamrachuda welcomed him warmly, and the two sat together to talk of scriptures and the soul. But Tamrachuda was distracted. His mind remained fixed on the thieving mouse. Every now and then he'd strike the begging bag absently. Brihatspringa grew annoyed. The sannyasi spoke to Tamrachuda and said, My friend, you do not speak to me warmly or from your heart. Even though it is night, I will leave your temple and go elsewhere. Let me tell you a saying that is often heard. When someone greets you kindly with words like, Come in, have you brought news from town? Here's a chair, you must be tired. Welcome, my friend, why have you stayed away so long? We're so delighted to see you. Such gentle and caring words make anyone feel comfortable. Friends are always happy to visit a home where they are welcomed warmly. And there's another saying. When hosts look around without paying attention to their guests or stare at the ground instead of greeting them, the hosts do not make you feel welcome and do not speak kindly or show interest in you. Remember this, Tamrachuda. A true friend will always receive you with warmth and happiness. I shall leave this very moment. Stunned, Tamrachuda bowed and explained, Bhagwan, please forgive me. You're my dearest friend, and I have been inattentive, not out of pride, but because I've been battling a clever mouse. He steals the food I set aside for the workers, and as a result, in the morning, there's no food for the workers. And because of that, they just refuse to clean the place. No matter how high I hang it, he leaps to it with like ease, and he puts both cat and monkey to the shame. The sannyasi then paused and said thoughtfully, "Ah, then the mouse must be unusually powerful, not physically, but because he's wealthy. He must have a secret stash of food somewhere, and this abundance gives him confidence, agility, and strength. They say when a man is wealthy, he becomes elated, and his energy multiplies, just like that mouse. Greed, power, and abundance are just physical. They shape our confidence and our behavior. A tiny mouse, emboldened by his hoarded wealth, jumps higher than his nature would allow. For every action, there is an explanation. As they say, Mother Chandili had a reason when she tried to change the husked sesame seeds for unhusked ones." "How was that?" asked the sadhu, and the sannyasi told. Thank you for watching Tales of Wisdom. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Tales of Wisdom. Each story stands alone, but together they form a deeper journey. Explore the full series in the description below. Until next time, stay wise.